The genderbread person will help explain the concept of sexuality and gender fluidity in society. The discussion of the genderbread person will feature sex and gender, sexuality, and understanding of the self, race, and sex. The main purpose of using the genderbread person is to articulate people's sexual orientation and does not determine their gender expression, which also does not determine their gender identity, which is independent of biological sex, and this segment will do just that.
What do you think is identity to you? What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I never really thought about it, I don't think. I guess identity would be the way that you perceive yourself, I think.
How about attraction? What does that mean?
Attraction can be, physical and mental, so it's, something that you feel internally towards another person or thing.
And then what about sex, generally?
I know that it goes back and forth between the gender versus sex, and I mean it's all a social construction, really, just like race, ethnicity.
Lastly is the expression.
Expression. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily have to be verbal. It can be physical. It's the way you sort of externalize your internal emotions or feelings, thoughts.
Thank you so much. What about attraction? What is the definition of attraction?
Who they're attracted to.
Yeah, not like the kind of sex they're attracted to, like the personality they're attracted
Yeah.
to.
And what is sex to you guys?
What kind of genitals they have?
Yeah, I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
how about expression? Lastly,
How who they express themselves as. So that doesn't even have to be a sex.
Like the part of the identity that you actually see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that doesn't even
right.
have to be a sex. It's just how they express
all
themselves.
right, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Identity. What does that mean to you?
In general, or like
In general.
on a cookie?
I think identity is who you are and who you think you are and how you put yourself out there.
And second is attraction.
I guess that's like how you see other people, or how other people see you.
Cool. Thirdly is sex.
I think it's a biological
Yeah.
identification.
And that's what I always learned is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
sex is what you're born with.
Correct.
Yeah.
And lastly is expression.
How you put your personality out
How
there.
you carry yourself in public.
Thank you
and
so
with your
much.
friends.
Yeah.
I think identity is like the person and who they are. It's not always like their where they come from. It's just as a person who they are. Everyone's identity is different in their own way.
And attraction. What does that mean to you?
Attraction is like for me. It's like who the person like is attracted to. That's what I think about when I hear attraction.
How about sex?
I think about gender. When I hear about sex, I think about gender. I think about female, male, unisex, transgender, and etc.
Lastly is expression.
I think how the person expresses themselves and their feelings. That's what
Thank you so much.
Sorry
What
about-
does identity mean to you?
Means like who am I? Like what do I identify as? Like am I a woman? Am I characteristics or something like that?
Cool. How about attraction?
Like what am I attracted to? Or like what is
Like the term attraction. What do you think? What comes in your head?
what comes in my head is like what pulls you towards somebody.
Cool. How about sex?
Something I don't do.
And lastly is expression.
Expression, like a person's mood on like how they're feeling, on what to talk about or what to do.
Cool. Thank you so much.
This whole gender conversation. You use a device or a character called the genderbread man.
Person.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. The genderbread person.
It's okay. I found it really helpful to think about gender in a few different distinct categories. Gender identity, how you define your gender and how you see yourself. Gender expression, the different ways that we present or perform gender through our actions, our dress, and our demeanor. and biological sex or anatomical sex, the physical characteristics that make up our body that in many people's minds equal gender, but don't.
So gender expression is the way you present yourself to the world. So you could be talking about the way you dress.
Yeah.
The way you comb your hair.
Or don't.
Or use product.
Yeah.
So everything kind of as it relates to the outside world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's a perfect way of thinking about it. So even just, okay, so this is funny. The way that I'm sitting right now is a very feminine expression of sitting, because like how we sit is gendered, right?
And meanwhile, I'm kind of man-spreading.
Yeah, you're man-spreading. You're not even giving me enough room to properly man-spread over here. This is the man cross, the masculine way of crossing a leg. This is just uncomfortable for me. Feels like so much.
It feels good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like yoga. Okay, now let's do the girl.
Okay.
So gender is different than sexual orientation,
Yeah.
but a lot of people get them confused.
Yeah. Gender is who you go to bed as. Sexual orientation is who you go to bed with. So if you haven't heard that one's important.
So let's talk about penises and vaginas, shall we?
Yeah, we might as well.
Let's just go right there.
If you haven't already talked about penises and vaginas, we need to talk about penises and vaginas, because that's what everybody always thinks. Like immediately, as soon as you say gender, anybody who's walking by right now who's hearing us say the word gender, the first thing that's popping into their mind is external genitalia. They're thinking about penises and vaginas.
So, for the purpose of our discussion, the bottom line is your external genitalia does not dictate your gender.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Can you rewind that?
The bottom line is your external genitalia does not dictate your gender.
Yeah. I mean, that I couldn't have said it better.
Hello, so we're out here outside of the downtown ASU campus. So we're playing a celebrity edition of Sexuality, Actuality. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show people pictures of celebrities, and they have to guess their sexuality in 5 seconds. All right, here we go. Are you ready to play Sexualities, Actualities?
Yes.
All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
I think gay. Bisexual. Straight. Oh, I think bisexual. Okay. I have no idea. Okay, straight. I mean, straight. Straight. Bisexual. Gay. All that. Straight. Gay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing. Yeah,
You're
that was
welcome.
fun.
Was it good or not?
Each picture. Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
This one already. All right. Ready? And
Okay.
go.
Gay. Bisexual, probably. Oh, she's bisexual. Straight. 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 She could be bisexual, probably. Yeah. Lesbian.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Question and 1, 2, 3.
Bicurious. Lesbian. Straight. 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 Curious. Lesbian. Straight. Straight. Oh! Gay. It's Lady Gaga again.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're to the end. Are you ready to play Sexualities, Actualities?
I'm ready.
Okay, ready? Go.
Bisexual. She's bisexual. Bi? Straight. Straight. She's bi. She's gay. He's straight. He's bi. She's straight.
All right. Thank you for playing. All right. Are you ready for your first one?
I am ready.
All right,
Let's
ready?
do it.
And go.
Bisexual.
You have 5 seconds.
Gay. Gay. Bisexual. 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 Straight. Straight. Bisexual.
All right. Thank you.
Oh dear. I have no idea.
And 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, lesbian. Straight. Straight. He just does his own thing. Yeah. She's bi everything. Yes. He has no idea. Everybody. There you go. Yes. Yeah, it's her again.
Play.
Ready to play.
1, 2, 3.
Bi.
Remember, you have 5 seconds for each.
Bi. Gay. So bi. Straight. Straight. Bi. Gay. Bi. Gay.
Gay. All right. Thank you for playing.
How's you knew one of them?
Seconds for each photo. Okay.
Oh, shoot,
Ready?
okay.
1, 2, 3.
I think she is gay. Straight. I think he's bi. Straight. Bi. Gay. Straight. Gay. Straight, I think.
All right. Thank you so much for playing. All right. So you have 5 seconds for each picture. All right.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
He looks gay. Straight. Straight. Oh, she's bi. She's lesbian. He's straight. She's straight. He might be bi. Oh, she's lesbian. She's lesbian?
All right. Thank you.
How do I know if I'm right? I feel so judgmental now.
Sometimes, for those who only identify as queer, the terms lesbian, gay, and bisexual are perceived to be too limiting and/or fraught with cultural connotations they feel don't apply to them. But many people identify as both queer and another sexual orientation. A word used to describe people who do not experience sexual attraction. An androsexual is being primarily sexually, aesthetically, and/or romantically attracted to masculinity. People who do not experience romantic attraction until a strong emotional or sexual connection is formed with a partner. People on the asexual spectrum who do experience some sexual attraction, but only in certain situations, like after they formed a strong emotional or romantic connection with the partner. Being primarily sexually, romantically, and/or aesthetically attracted to genderqueer, transgender, and/or non-binary people.
1.
The reason for the game show was not to find out how many people know the different sexualities of celebrities, but to find out how expanded their sexuality's vocabulary is.
A lot of the time, like in the video clip, people only use a few sexualities to describe people, when in reality there are so much more. This tells a lot on how education and media have an impact on what society knows. Only a few orientations are represented, and that needs to change if we want to have a more accepting and knowledgeable society.
3.
Hey Kevin, how are you doing?
Good, yes. How are you doing?
I'm good. Let's answer these questions.
Great.
What is the study of sexuality and communication?
So sexuality and communication is a study of the growing literature of sexuality and how it is presented through the various communications. In spite of its preeminent role in the formation and constitution of human subjectivity and experience in modern Western cultures, sexuality has been, until recently, largely neglected area of inquiry in the communication discipline. However, scholars are still reluctant to address the issue that affect the lives of the gay, lesbian, and bisexual community.
Explain the violence of heteronormativity.
This is the devastating issue of hatred and violence in her daily life based on her being seen, perceived, labeled, and treated as another. This process of othering creates individual groups and communities that are deemed to be less important, less worthless, less authorized, and less human based on historically situated markers of social formation such as race, color, gender, sexuality, ability, and nationality.
Very interesting.
As such, normalization becomes one of the primary instruments of power in modern society.
Oh, and by the way, in Western social systems, heteronormativity is one of the most powerful forms of normalization.
Interesting.
Using the concept of healing, discuss some of the ways of unpacking through a critique of hegemonic heterosexuality.
Heterosexuality is a historical invention. So contrary to the popular belief, heterosexuality is neither universal nor transhistorical. In fact, heterosexuality is a fairly recent cultural invention in Western cultures.
And also, heterosexuality is not monolithic. Although we are living in times of declaration and affirmation of diversity and differences, heterosexuality is still generally treated as monolithic and unitary concept. Thank you so much.
Thank you.